Hi there, I'm Teis, and I'm a programmer for Image Union. I'm thrilled that you stopped by to watch my show called Faces of Expression and Resilience. I think you'll like it. In it, you'll see 3 awesome documentaries from a Chicago production company called On the Real Film. These films are about challenging racial prejudice in America, celebrating indigenous traditions, and highlighting musicians and artists of color. You'll also see an amazing animated documentary from a Berlin-based artist that shares the rumored story about a woman in Czechoslovakia during World War II who used unorthodox methods to challenge the Third Reich. In between, you'll also see 2 experimental pieces from an English artist. With that, let's get to the show.
Last August, there was a shooting. If you don't know, you had to be hiding under a rock. A child was shot down by a police officer, and it sparked the nation.
It's important because I believe that there's a lot of racial discrimination, racial prejudice.
It seems like, us versus the police, they have a certain view of all of us.
I thought it was weird that a lot of my black male friends could easily be taken to jail or arrested or pulled over for whatever reason. 3 years ago, I started this project. It's called 50 Shots: Humanizing America's Most Hunted. And it's about black men and how they are perceived. I wanted to take the mugshots of friends of mine who were artists and comrades and different people that I enjoy. And I wanted to kind of contradict the idea of a mugshot because I know these people are good people, but sometimes people might not assume that they are good. I want the project to represent the city. So all of these guys, they live in Chicago. Some of them are not from Chicago, but all of them reside here. And I want to do the same exact thing in other cities. So if you see, I don't know, this guy walking down the street, you're like, oh, he lives in this city. He's from Chicago. I saw him in 50 Shots. You have more of a chance to be able to meet these men and be able to connect a face with an idea. So it's important for me to do that same thing in other cities. So in St. Louis, I'll use men from St. Louis so that if you see them on the street, you can not run away or hold your purse closer. You can actually, say, oh, I saw him in a show not too long ago. He's a photographer. He likes eating popcorn. So I think it's important to connect the men with that city.
This gives us an opportunity to use photos and to use art and imagery to say, yes, when you see me, you may think a certain thing about me, but I'm all of these things as well.
So I went around the city and I hunted down these guys and I just told them, write 5 things on this board about yourself that somebody might not know by looking at you.
I was in 50 Shots. I was probably the most handsome person there. I'm sure everybody was very dashing in their own way, but I probably soared my beautiful looks. I know one was mad scientist, one was teacher.
One of them was Euro combo guard.
One of them was a chef.
One of them was a chef, entrepreneur.
A nomad, a dual citizen, a sad boy.
I remember I wrote that I like jelly beans. I remember that. It made me feel good. Maybe I should have wrote a little something more serious, but that's me, so.
I didn't ask them to write any of these things. So for them to choose positive things makes me feel good because it was a platform for them to be able to express who they really are.
Some people may look at a black face and instantly think of, some things that aren't true. This shows you that, a black face is a face, not just a black face or not just a stereotype or not just a particular idea. A face belongs to a person belongs to a mind belongs to a soul belongs to a body.
And with those 5 things, I posed the question to the community, what would our community lose if these men were imprisoned?
We're all building on the betterment of a city, and these are all the people that are doing all these wonderful things, and it's all positive. But if you look at these pictures on the news, these pictures are telling us that we're not positive. that we do nothing positive. That, you know, it was nothing but positivity and love. And I think that was the greater message of, you know, 50 Shots. It's just that, you know, we have the ability to empower not only ourselves but our community. And I think we've all been doing that in our own ways.
Actually, I feel pretty good about it. When she asked me, it was basically like doing homework because I had to describe myself. Actually, I feel I'm proud of what I've accomplished, and it made me realize what it is that I've accomplished in 28 years. I've done a lot. Her bringing this to me made me think about everything that it is that I've done, and I'm happy to be able to share that with the rest of the world.
And then like the depiction of us in most, you know, media outlets is, you know, one way, you know. It's showing that, you know, we're diverse, we're not dangerous, you know, we're not scary. And it's just, you know, showing, you know, a more realistic view in the diversity of, you know, black males.
I can see it bringing people together, you know what I'm saying? Not just black men, but anyone. You know, if you look past the skin tones and everything, you just want to know what's going on. You want to be a part of it.
I think it's positive because my mom liked it. She really was proud that, you know, Imani put that together and that I got to be a part of it. So, yeah, I mean, if your mom likes something, it gotta be positive, right?
It came at a very, very, I think, integral time with, you know, a lot of the killings that were going on by police officers, and it's just like, you know, I felt like how black males were being portrayed in the media was just kind of at a disadvantage because, you know, I could be a college graduate, but my picture they gonna put on is the picture they have of me partying at the club or, you know, smoking weed. You know, it's not gonna be that, oh man, this guy graduated college, or, you know, and I think that that's the great timing of it is because, nah, we're gonna show you all the great things all these people do before it's too late. Before, you know, something bad happens to one of these people and people are trying to bring out their negative. Let's show the positive ahead of time. So.
Talk about love.
Love.
Please don't talk about love.
Why not?
We'll be here all day.
No, it's my new message.
Oh, Lord.
Is I don't hate you. I love you. Everybody thinks people hate them. I don't hate you.
I don't hate you.
I do not hate you.
I love you.
I do not hate you. I love you. Everybody on planet Earth.
There can be no life without water.
Miigwechni bi bimadisiwen. What that means in sort of a short, abbreviated way is water, we thank you for our life. Anytime we get people a little closer to that understanding, Miigwechni bi bimadisiwen, thank you for our life, we come a little step closer to embracing our humanity, our common role on this earth, and together moving forward in the future in a way that really may lead to peace and harmony. You know, my goal in leading a walk is really to reconnect people with the water, with the rivers near them, with the lakes, with the oceans, to understand that that's where we come from.
Já jsem příběh o žádné dívce pořádně neznala.
No tak vlastně se to celé odvíjí od příběhu třeboňské dívky, o který mi vyprávěla moje matka.
Kolovalo tady něco.
Musím teda přiznat, že jméno jsem nikdy nevěděl, ani ho nevím a pro mě je to taková bezejmenná dívka.
Velice rozumná ženská to byla a dopadla takhle. No.
Musela sloužit pro lidi, kteří nás okupovali a ještě, když to byli jako naši nepřátelé a hráli si s námi jako kočka s myší.
Mohla být znásilněná tak, jako bývá hodně holek dneska. Řekněme, odcházela z kalby a v parku si týpci počkali a stalo se.
Na špatném místě byla. Na špatném místě.
znásilňování patří k válce a to je to strašný, ale je to tak.
No, tak v té době se dělalo všechno možné. To nebyli jenom Němci, to byli Rusáci a to byli Američani, to prostě, jsou to chlapy. Příznaky měla, tak to opravdu nevím, protože ale i když má žena nějaký trable, tak ví 100%, že něco není v pořádku.
V té době ty pohlavní nemoci asi byly dost odsuzované. Stejně tak, jako možná bývají i dneska. Když někdo má pohlavní nemoc, tak se o něm asi řekne, jo, je to děvka, je to děvkař.
No, tenhle plán určitě v ní uzrál, jakmile zjistila, že je nemocná. A pochybnosti určitě neměla žádný, protože jakmile věděla, že je nakažená, tak v ní ten plán dozrál na 100%, že se pomstí.
Že svítilo jako takový nástroj. S tím úplně totálně jakoby nesouhlasím, ale jako je to rozhodně jako zajímavý akt.
Svedla je jako ženská a ono vojákům stačí málo.
Tohle byla přece pomsta, že jo? Potkala, mrkla, uskutečnila a rychle pryč.
Myslím si, že o tom určitě pochybovala. O tom, že to, co dělá, je správný, ale asi ta síla tým stevní musela být natolik silná, že měla sílu to takhle dělat a chuť.
No, po čase ten voják vždycky zmizel.
Jestli přijel někdo zkoumat, co se děje, že její milenci umírají a zjišťoval, proč tomu tak je, tak možná opravdu se někdo snažil o to vystopovat, co se děje.
Popravili určitě, že ji zastřelili. Tenkrát se to tak dělalo.
Nemyslím si, že je tady nějaká alternativa, že by měl happy end příběh holky, která se nakazí syfilisem, roznese a pak ji zastřelí. Asi spíš ne.
Right! You're coming with me! I'm late. I'm late. I'm late, come on, I'm late. I'm late. I'm fucking late.
My name is Ben Lamar Gay. I'm a composer, cornetist. Well, I was born and raised in Chicago. My musical experience starts off with my family. you know, from just conversations, laughter, arguments. That sound that happens in the space with people that love each other or are supposed to love each other, you know. I just project that through an instrument. You know, sometimes it's a cornet, sometimes it's my body, sometimes it's a synthesizer, sometimes it's me by myself, sometimes it's with an ensemble. And all this stuff with me being from Chicago, south side of Chicago, an American person, you know. You know, on planet Earth. All that shit, that's what it's about. And I guess it covers many styles, whatever foolish name people give to sound, you know. So sometimes it flirts with all of that. Oh, darling, dear heart. My residency is still about the relationship between an instrument and a hand, in this case the pencil in the hand. And I wanted to explore the marks that I make as a human, you know, handwriting and penmanship. So I was exploring that and the manipulation of one line. That's a part of some videos that I have. They almost represent like the idea, the thought. It's very abstract before the idea gets to the hand. The right on is the part where I'm exploring that idea and the abstractness inside of other people, you know, in their relationship with the line and penmanship or wherever they feel the line is. I formed this kind of virtual jam session, you know, or just gathering entitled Right On, exploring the manipulation of a single line, of a straight line, whether it curves into whatever shape. A musician in the room or a person making a sound, and we will manipulate that line according to the sound or according to the performance that's happening. Any way that they feel they can manipulate a line, you know. So it's almost like a weird talk show. It's been amazing and impressive, especially with being close with this team and then having friends all around the world going through this huge situation, but then seeing everyone kind of like push forward in the best way that they can, you know? And so the APL was like the people in the APL was like the close to home example of that, where we would talk and work it out, you know? So it's very inspiring. The whole manipulation of a line comes from these groups of folk tales I wanted to write called The Manipulation of Lines and Breath. And it's these two characters that travel around and explore things together in a rascal manner. You know, it's a classic. Because I think everything is a manipulation of a line. Breath is always with us, you know, it's our sidekick. So composing or having one idea and changing the shape of that idea is the same thing as putting a pen on a piece of paper. You know, idea to the instrument, to the paper, it's the same thing as composing, you know. One thing I did start researching during this residency, I planned to go on the roof here and give like gong baths or to play my cornet on the roof and also to play bells, breaking down how important bells are and the Doppler effect of bells and the reflection of buildings and how that sound would travel in the community. And then I would think about the Islamic call to prayer. It's like, man, when you hear that, when you hear the sound, it's just, it doesn't matter what word is trying to contain the power of that sound. You know, it does something to you.
Hey, that was a pretty good show. I think I'll keep watching Image Union.